Okay, I'm joined by Nelson Farao together with the Supangeja, chief producer.
Yeah.
Mukundu. Guys, welcome to the program.
Welcome, Dumi. Welcome, Zimbabwe.
How are you?
Okay, good. Now, we're here to talk about one project that you guys are involved in, which is very, very recommendable, touching, and etc. Can you just tell us about that project? Whoever is involved first.
The project, we did a project with the Epilepsy Support Foundation. Basically what we did, we sponsored their music project. They wanted to record an album, the Epilepsy Victims.
Mm-hmm.
So we came in as Venite, where I come from.
Mm-hmm.
We came in and we sponsored the project together with the Supangeja here as the chief producer.
Chief whip. Okay, so why that particular project? There are so many foundations that are there. Why the Epilepsy Support Foundation? Why not the other foundations that are there?
Yeah, there are various reasons, and there are many reasons why you would say why we approached epilepsy. But one of the issues was that epilepsy, they had actually approached Monolia Studios earlier on, indicating their willingness to be involved in a musical project, but they didn't have the funds. So they wanted support, actually, because the project was actually it's an awareness campaign for the epilepsy victims, and also they are trying to raise funds to actually combat the problem there. So they approached the Monolia Studios and they didn't have the funds, and because Venite is associated with Monolia Studios in a long way, together with Katabab. That's when actually we realized that there are these guys, some of our brothers are underprivileged, and they need help, and we could come in because in a way it's also a way of trying to plow back into the society where we come from. As you see that as Venite, there's our previous album, our debut album, Hand in Hand. It did very well. We recorded a lot of sales, big sales, both regionally and locally in Zimbabwe. So we are just trying to come back to the society, actually to thank Zimbabwe and to try to also uplift the lives of others who have got talent but who are underprivileged. So it's just one way of helping the underprivileged, and because we can't, approach everyone because of the limited resources.
Beautiful. Mono.
Yebo.
Okay. The song, how did it come about? You as the producer, and of course together with Nelson from Venite, how did the song come about?
The song was composed by the Epilepsy Support Foundation. They've got this group they call Epi Action, which is this group which is featuring Nelson Farao on this track. So they did a gospel version, a sort of Afro-pop gospel version. So Venite being reggae biased, they wanted a reggae version and asked me to put a reggae beat to it. So I did that, and then that's when Nelson was free to contribute his vocals on the track.
So if it wasn't reggae, he wasn't going to contribute?
He wasn't going to. He was choked. He tried to sing on the original version and he was choked.
Okay, so fine. We'll go back to the Epilepsy Foundation. Now let's talk about Venite. Right, your debut album came out. What was the response besides the sales? I mean, people hearing on radio, people hearing across all the 4 stations that we have. What were they saying to you as people that were song that gave out that album?
Yeah,
they were saying it was better than nothing.
I like that.
Well, I won't comment on that.
You've commented though.
You shall not speak.
Yeah, well, but hand in hand, actually the response was very encouraging. Almost people from all sectors, you would actually find out that almost everyone, they would fall in love with a track or two from Hand in Hand. So the response that we get we got from Hand in Hand is actually the one which also motivated us to continue, being partners and being players in the music industry. We recorded sales, of course, regionally, mainly South Africa, and also internationally, New Zealand and Kenya.
Okay.
But locally, we also we're associating it at various group levels, at church level, even at family, and even at a friendship level. And so the response was very well, and actually this is what is actually motivated us to continue being players here.
All right. What skill did you use in terms of marketing it? You said it sells in South Africa, New Zealand, and Kenya. Were you involved in personal buying, personal selling, or you actually contracted a couple of recording companies to actually push the CD for you? How did you go about selling the CD? I think that's very important for other artists to actually.
Yeah, it was mainly personal selling. You see, at initial level, it's mainly personal selling. But we also approached a couple of other companies who have helped us outside to help us to market the product. But it was as a personal level, mainly at the church level, and also through friends and other family members.
So did you think that, okay, fine, from your own opinion, looking at the industry right now, also Mona, I would like to go you to answer that one. Which is better, selling your project on your own, or actually engaging these record companies that are there to actually push the product for you on your behalf? Which is better?
I think both ways, they both work, but the only problem is when you are dealing with the record company, they give you their own rules. You work according to their own rules, their contracts, and you'll be bound by certain contracts. And even at times, they even tell you what to play on your music, what to sing, how to sound like. That's why you find a lot of artists, they end up sounding like a certain artist. Yeah.
Does it ever sing?
Yeah, I do sing.
You sing,
on my music, I take an easier role. I take an easier role. But basically, my guitar sings for me.
Yeah,
so,
okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So,
what's guitar baba?
Okay, so what would you prefer personally as Mono, as the producer? Would you rather prefer that people go directly to those marketing companies, or they actually push the product on their own if they can?
Both ideas work. Both ideas work. Because, like I always tell people, even as we have many record companies, many marketing companies, there's not one that is perfect. Like I always say, you won't find angel in the music business. You all find devils. So you just look for a better devil. Because if you're marketing yourself, the only problem is it will be difficult to cover every corner of Zimbabwe, because you won't have the resources, the cars, the personnel to take the music everywhere, the sales team, everything. But when you're dealing with a big company, they've got the resources to take it everywhere. But like I was saying, there's advantages and disadvantages on both sides. If you're working under a record company, they might even turn you down because they've brought something new. That's one big tendency with local companies. That's why you find with usually people who come with something new, they always do it on their own. After it has blossomed, that's when the big record companies call you.
Okay.
But what do you find? At times it's a case of reaping where they've not sowed, because when you're still sowing, when you're still planting, they don't want to take part. That's why you find the way it's done. Kuma company meter, paper. Find they've got treason on all stages.
Yeah.
The ones that are checked out pins of market. That's how it should be in the music industry. You should have the machesos, the mtukudzis, then you find also new ideas, and then you must encourage them to do their own ideas and to sound like themselves, and then try to find ways to improve them. But you see, the other problem is most big companies, they don't have artists on the Kumsoro. They just have business people. So most of them, they don't know how to improve art and how to improve the industry. All they know is making money. So in the kind of music, they just tell them 10 other artists to copy me so that they just make money.
Okay.
That's the problem.
You want to add on that? Personally, as Venite, what have you seen? Which one is better, do you think?
Yeah, I would say, you see, both... You actually find out that both the ideas and both strategies have got their own disadvantages and advantages. But I would go together with Mono, the second Mono on actually his idea that, you see, doing it both ways is actually the most effective way, because of resources, the limited resources at a personal level, because even of the reputation. You see, some record companies, you see, because you're a newer person, they don't have the respect, and sometimes they don't even want to give you an ear, as to what you're bringing up. But if you're a big established company with a goodwill which was created a long time ago, actually you can actually ride on that and benefit from that. But also at a personal level, you actually see that if you're doing your own thing at a personal level, you've got the passion for the thing, you see, and you actually see that you've got a dedicated person who can actually even move to each and every shop to actually see how is that specific product performing, rather than someone who is actually looking at a general
market and
a general a broad actually products
with 45 artists.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Now, Akatapa. Rumbito Terege. We once talked about this some time back last year, but let's just recap on that. What was the idea behind you guys coming up with that album?
You see, hymns have always been sung, they've always been done by musicians. We all know it's just a public domain according to copyright laws. Because according to copyright laws, after 50 years after the artist has died, the songwriter dies, the song becomes public domain. So, but most people, what they usually do is they record the hymns as they are sung in the churches, 100% as it is. So we just wanted to do a different version. Because if you are doing your own version of a track, you have to let yourself head, your own ideas be heard, not to copy as it is. So since we love reggae, we just wanted to do the hymns.
Oh, you also love reggae?
Yeah, I also love reggae.
Okay, I thought maybe that you say that Venite was biased.
No, I also love reggae because I remember when I was growing up, I was so much hooked on reggae and Chimurenga music.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how is the response for that particular album?
It was well received, especially the old people. I didn't know that old people love reggae music. Maybe they just love the songs.
Did you meet any resistance from those very conservative
Of course,
people
you want,
why change this? Why put a certain sound, a raggish sound, which is maybe epitomized by what goes on in the dance hall and stuff like that?
Yeah, there's still some Christians who are very conservative, who think that there are certain types of music that I don't know. Because you find I've noticed a number of Christians feel like country music, no music training, because Jimmy Swaggart used to play it a lot. But if you notice, if you go to Texas, I was there 4 times. Uganda Mabawa, they'll be playing country music. Mabawa, the same way, because country music, places like Texas, mbira kuno kune mseve saingori music yemunyika imomo zvafana nemseve kuno. So just because my missionaries, they first came playing that type of music, every Christian thinks with the music yakadona udenga. Find the same problem, we have the same problem even with church near dressing. Find with him ukaenda usinopfeka tie, people think you are not holy, because the first missionaries that came, they were dressed nematai vakaita sei, but ukatasa kustates zvinezvi preachers are preaching vakapfeka majins, but kuno people think kuti
okay, still listening to the program the S.F.M with Venite, represented here by Nelson, and I'm with Dingeja, the chief producer for Monolio Studios. We'll be right back. Stay with us as we listen to the song. What's the name of the song that you did with Ngati Fambe? So, okay, fine. That's the song. What exactly is the song talking about? For someone who probably doesn't know, Sean, who doesn't actually understand probably the whole story behind that song. What's the song talking about?
Yeah, this song is basically an awareness campaign for epilepsy. You see, as I say, that this is an underprivileged group of youngsters and adults at the same time who are trying actually to raise funds for epilepsy, to support the epilepsy, and also to help them in their health. So actually we are trying to promote people actually to give in to the cause, and actually so it's just an awareness campaign which Venite actually coming from a biblical point of view. We're actually trying, what we did is that the Venite and myself, Nelson, I'm coming in from biblical point of view, and we're taking it up from the story of the Bible where Jesus and his disciples, they came to this blind man, and the disciples asked Jesus, who sinned for this man to be blind? And Jesus said, nobody sinned, but actually he is blind so that the power of God and the goodness of God might be realized. And how do we realize the power of God and the goodness of God is through coming to the Lord coming to heal the person, and through other people coming to contribute, you see, to that person, for the person to get well. So we are actually trying to say that, you see, the fact that people, someone is an epileptic victim doesn't mean that they've sinned before. But this is just an opportunity for us to see God through you people who come here to give. And that's actually when we actually come to realize that there are other people there who have got a heart to give. Other people who can actually open up their hearts and actually help underprivileged people in a way. And at the end of the day, the society will thank you, and after the journey, the life's journey, the Lord, we believe, is going to thank you at the other end of the river.
Okay, fine.
Also, adding to that, there are also a number of myths. Some people think if you've got epilepsy, it's contagious. If you associate with somebody with epilepsy, you might end up getting it. Some other people think if a child has got epilepsy, the mother is a witch or something. So the group is trying to conscientize the people, telling them the truth about epilepsy and trying to break the myths. So that's the main purpose of their recording this album.
Okay, fine. You guys have worked with them because they cannot be here today. I think we'll actually have to call them some other time, actually talk to them about their foundation. What exactly is needed? What do they need specifically? There's someone who's listening who wants to know more about these people. You have talked to them, you have worked with them. What is it that they need in terms of problem material or otherwise?
Yeah, the song actually also it clearly shows and actually spells out that, you see, these guys, they need medication for their condition, and also these guys, they want a living, you see, because at the end of the day, they are actually appealing to companies to actually give them employment, because some of the guys who are actually victims, they've worked, they are qualified people, and they've worked with certain organizations, but some of them were expelled from work because they are epileptic. You see, so these guys are saying, you see, we have got to have a living. We also want to have families just like you guys have, and we also want to be breadwinners for our families just like you guys are. So at the end of the day, if you can contribute, whether financially or through other means of support, to actually make sure that these guys have got medication, and also so that they can actually support themselves. Like, you see, this is a music project. If actually you can support the album Out of the Shadows by actually going to the studios, to the record bars, and buy this album, it will go a long way, you see, in boosting their lifestyles, and also they end up being breadwinners, and also in a long way would appeal also to organizations who can actually facilitate even exchange programs abroad, or even who can facilitate functions or concerts to be held abroad. And on that note, we are here just also to confirm that Venite as a group, we are here to support these guys if they are called upon to have a concert even out of the country, wherever in the world. Venite will be there, and Mukundu, the great guitarist,
so-called
will be there, and we're here to support these guys. So they are not on their own in this cause. They are here with Venite, and they are here with Mukundu, and we are going all the way to help actually uplift the lifestyles of these guys. And we'll call upon every organization, whether it be NGOs, private companies, individuals, churches, everyone and anyone, and even Dumi to come and...
Yeah, of course, we'll try to push that. But now, there's always been, like, I don't know whether called controversy. It's more of a publicity stunt for Venite, you know. If you actually support something, people will say, okay, Venite, then, I mean, your ratings go up, blah, blah, blah. Is it genuinely from the heart, or is it just a way probably to push the sales for your albums to come, or for the album that you've...
Yeah, that question, you see, if someone is, people will always criticize, you see, there are people who are always critical. Sometimes they are critical, there's constructive criticism, and sometimes criticism which is destructive, which doesn't help. At the end of the day, I would say, you see, whatever people say, people will always say what they want to say. But at the end of the day, we will have to actually see whether we are achieving what we are trying to achieve here, because we are saying we are here to help. We are here for a cause. You see, we are here to actually market these guys, the Epilepsy Foundation. We are here to actually conscientize the public that they are people. There is an underprivileged group here, which wants medication, which wants actually support in actually purchasing their album. You see, and publicity comes, you won't run away from it. Just like if you do me, you go to Barum Sika and you sweep. You see, publicity will always come. People might actually say, Dumi, you're doing it for your own sake. Yeah, of course, it's good. You see, if Dumi has done something good, why not shout about it?
But the streets have been swept all the same.
Yeah, the streets are clean. You see. So you see, it's also publicity, I won't deny. It's good publicity for Venite. You see, I'm more pleased, I'm more happy to hear that Venite has contributed, has actually sponsored the Epilepsy Support Foundation through another way. I'm pleased to hear that. Then to hear that this guy from Venite is stolen. You see, I think it's good that way, and I don't care what other people are saying. But this is from our heart, and actually it is one of our goals. And you can actually say that on our album, Hand in Hand, we actually have got a cause. We actually have got a song, which is called Vessel. And on that song, we actually say, Lord, we don't want to be useless vessels in your house. We want to be people who are actually adding value to the kingdom of God. We actually want to be people who are adding value to our communities that we live in. So that at the end of the day, you see, people who actually realize that there has been Venite here and we have left good footsteps. Okay. So this is a calling that we are just living up to it, and we have actually highlighted it from the debut album Hand in Hand, and we are going forward.
Okay, beautiful. Conclusion now. Any words from the engager?
Yeah, I would like to urge Zimbabweans to keep on supporting our music, and our DJs like Dumi to keep on playing more of our music.
Criticizing.
Yeah. Because if you go worldwide, go to America, go to Europe, go everywhere. They don't play our music. Anyone anofara music, he has to go to the shop. When some music, but when it's played on radio, it's not just entertainment, it's promotion. So if it's promotion, let's promote more of our music than promote Beyonce, Ningi. In Zimbabwe, we've got everything. Because we've just recently completed album Transit. So under reggae, they can listen to Transit, they can listen to Venite, they can listen to and play more of Akata play more of our stuff rather than play music. Because in areas like Unana France, we those ones pay our but no, I'm not trying to change your schedule.
It's already the same thing.
But anyway, because I always fight with DJs every time we meet. Na Terence atombobatana na Paulo tukachukisana ninyayo saka kana Terence akaterera I'm still on ninyayo Terence.
Right. Nelson?
Yeah, I would say my final words are actually, you say, towards this cause.
Your last words, because
yeah, I'll just say, you see, I'll just like to say something towards this cause, you see, towards our charity work. You are actually trying to say, you see, epilepsy is one group of underprivileged people who are actually seeking support, you see, through the able-bodied people, and actually people who are in good health, other people who are advantaged and advantaged members of our society. So I'm just calling for Zimbabwe, the whole of Zimbabwe, and the international, and everybody internationally, you see, to actually work towards uplifting the lives of underprivileged people through one way or another. If there are projects that they are doing, through supporting those projects like epilepsy, I will encourage people to go and purchase their music, and actually all the proceeds actually are going towards the cause, towards epilepsy. And there are other underprivileged groups, and there are other needy groups there. We've got orphans, we've got widows, and we've got other people who are actually living with HIV and AIDS. So I'll just say, Zimbabwe, let's just look to these underprivileged guys and let's help them in the time of their need.
Okay, with those last words. Okay, thank you so much, Nelson and Mona, for your time, and hopefully this issue of the epilepsy will actually be solved, and well, you've just set an example, and let's hope everyone is going to follow.
Sure.
You've been listening to the program, The Arts Forum.